Hello! Today I'm going to be talking about sex education and why it's so important to teach young people from an early age about sex education. Give them all the details so they can be informed decision makers. It's important to provide them with all this information from an early age so that they can know all the risks, the consequences, as well as to be just well-informed decision makers. We're going to be talking about teen pregnancy, STDs, as well as sexual expression. So first we're going to be talking about teen pregnancy. Millions of teens get pregnant every year. It can be very scary because they're not always well informed about contraceptives or prevention or their options when they do get pregnant, such as abortion or adoption or keeping the baby for whatever they may want. It's really their decision to make. So according to the Journal of Family Medicine and Primary Care, 21 million girls get pregnant between the ages of 15 and 19, and yet only 12 million give birth. Millions of teens get pregnant every year due to lack of education on contraceptives, as well as, they were just never taught on what's important and how to deal with it, and it can be very scary. So teaching teens that abstinence is not the only method, as well as teaching them contraceptives, because it's proven that abstinence is not always an effective way to teach kids. It's really a scare tactic to teach them, okay, well, this is the only way to prevent teen pregnancy is abstinence, when that's not true. There's condoms, there's birth control, there's so many different contraceptives to be able to prevent teen pregnancy, but unfortunately using a scare tactic such as abstinence is really not effective. It doesn't inform them about birth control or any other options that they may have. Studies have found that comprehensive sex education significantly reduces teens' pregnancies compared to very little sex education or scare tactics such as abstinence. The next topic we're going to address is STDs and how important the education of STDs is. We want to stop, of course, the spread of STDs. A big way to do that is to give all of the information and education to our young people who are, becoming sexually active and need to know all the information. So, according to the CDC, most schools do not teach 11 key HIV and STD and pregnancy prevention topics in a required course during middle and high school. This can be a very useful information that they need to learn about how to prevent STDs, how to not, come in contact with them, as well as, just to help your future self to not spread HIVs, STDs, stuff like that. The proper information provided and backed by fact and case studies should be given to teenagers during such sex education. This way they have all the facts to help prevent the spread of STDs, and it will also help them from contracting any of them. This will also tell the importance of protection while engaging in a relationship with someone with STD or a STD. The next and last topic we're going to talk about is sexual expression. It is important for teenagers and young adults to learn about sexual expression as well as healthy relationships that don't involve sex. It is important, I believe, to talk to teenagers and young people to tell them, sex isn't always the most important thing in a relationship. It really can be very scary for most kids going through this. So, young people should be taught boundaries as well as healthy relationships, how to connect with someone and be emotionally vulnerable without involving, sexual activities. Yes, those can help them to connect with someone, but it's not the main thing. Because of course we're still trying to prevent, teen pregnancy, spread of STDs, and give them the sex education. So we want to teach them, sex isn't the only way to connect with someone. It really is just a small aspect of a relationship, and a healthy relationship doesn't always involve sex. I think that's very important, and most kids need to really learn that, because they can really rely on their sexual activities to connect them with someone else when it's not always, relevant. So teaching children from an early age not to associate sex with love can help them to keep the two separate. Teaching them that you can have a healthy relationship that is not all about sex. So it is important that we provide children from young adult with all the information involving sex education. This would help them to make educated decisions when choosing to be sexually active. Young people deserve sex education that is relevant to their lives and includes knowledge, attitudes, and skills they need in both their current stage of development and throughout their whole lives. So the information that you give them is going to last their whole lives. So make it worth it and really give them all the information to be informed decision makers. Thank you and have a great day.